Welcome, it's denome. In this video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin once again, of course. I'm going to take a look at where I think Bitcoin is headed. And just in the short term, I do see some weakness, but I do see some strength as well. So it could go either way, but how it looks, in my opinion, looks like it may want to actually flush out a little bit of the greed out of the market. So we're going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about Doge, which I mentioned in my previous videos, which I thought was a good play. Unfortunately, it has not made the move to the upside yet, but there may be a chance to actually accumulate it at a cheaper price right now. So that's why I'm making this video. So first off, let's just take a look at the chart to see basically where we are. This is the bottom trend line here, which is basically our bull trend line here. So a visit back to this trend line here, about 32,000, would make a lot of sense to me. We are at the moment at this resistance area. So with luck, we may come and touch it, but I don't feel like we are going to push through it on the first go unless there's going to be some big news that just push us through immediately. But in the short term, you can see this short-term trend line here, and we haven't broken it yet. But if we take a look at the RSI, which is the momentum indicator, you can see the momentum is basically just going downwards. So this is not great because we made a higher high, but we made a lower low on the RSI, which basically is pointing towards a potential shift in the market direction, which in this case would indicate downwards. So a move back to 32,000 would align with this previous high here, as well as it kind of aligns with this trend line here. So if we come back to this trend line, that's a great buying opportunity. So I hope you have money ready if we go there. So that's just basically what I'm looking at, just looking at the charts here. The trend line here on the RSI basically has already broken, so I'll draw it out for you. So you can draw it like this, or you can kind of draw it like this. But anyway, this trend line has already broken, so it kind of also signifies that we may come to the downside here. If we take a look at crypto fear and greed index, again, we are on the greed side, which just signals to me that there's a potential shift or a flushing out of the greedy money out of the market as well. So that's just something I'm eyeing here as well. If we go to take a look at some fundamentals behind Bitcoin and the crypto markets, great things are that Bitcoin spot exchange reserves are going downwards, which basically just means that the Bitcoin is moving towards steady hands, strong hands, and that just means there's demand for Bitcoin because it's taken out of tradable Bitcoin reserves, basically. Also, Ethereum 2.0 staking rate is going upwards and upwards. And as you can see, just on January 4th, we actually broke 30% staking rate for Ethereum 2.0, again taking out the supply of the liquid supply. This signals continuous demand for Ethereum, as well as it signifies strength and trust in Ethereum 2.0 as well. So these are very good for long-term sustainability for the bull market, for the crypto market as well. And another interesting signal that I saw here is actually the stablecoin exchange net flow. So this just shows how much money is basically, or our stable coins, USDC, USDT, so on, how much of that is flowing into exchanges or out of exchanges. And usually when you see a green spike here, it means that people are depositing stable coins on the exchange to basically trade stable coins into something else. And sometimes when you see a green spike, a pump follows, not always. But here you can see a significant spike in net flow for stable coins. So in the nearby future, I think that could signal that there's going to be some buying of maybe Bitcoin or altcoins on exchanges. It could be something else also. These are not 100% accurate, but just something that I thought was interesting. Another thing that's quite worrisome for me are two indicators here. First off is the funding rate. So funding rate means on derivative exchanges, which is basically leverage exchanges, you can long or you can short Bitcoin. And when the funding is positive, it usually means that people are paying money just to have a long position. So they are betting for the price increase of Bitcoin, but these positions cost money every single day for the traders. So there's an incentive to actually sell or close those long positions. And when those long positions do get closed, that usually means that the price has to go down because the long positions are closed, which means they are basically sold on the market. So when you see a funding rate positive, that's a signal of potential reversal as well. And as you can see, when the funding rates are negative, that usually signals a move to the upside actually, because there's an incentive now to long Bitcoin. So this is very worrisome for me. Another one is the net unrealized profit loss. This is on the orange level right now, which is not crazy bad, but it's still not the best moment to actually buy Bitcoin. So there are some signals here, mixed signals, some are good, some are bad. Overall, I would say is the fundamentals of Bitcoin are strong, but in the short term, these short-term indicators are not looking good in my opinion. So if you want to take out some profits, I think this may be a decent time to do it, and you may want to actually look for better opportunities. And now if we talk about Doge, I made a video about Doge when we were breaking through this trend line here, which has been basically a 1 year long trend line, but we actually got rejected out of this trend line, and we are now back to the bottom of the trend line. So this is again now an opportunity to, in my opinion, to buy Doge if you have Bitcoin laying around. But if Bitcoin takes a tumble, this trend line could be broken. But just looking at the shape of this trend line, this is typically a bullish pattern. So this usually breaks to the upside when you have a, I don't know if it's called a descending channel or what's the technical term. But anyway, this may be a decent time to actually buy Doge. And now let's just take a look at Doge USD. Again, let's take this out. This is not useful. We basically were breaking through the $1 $1 limit here when I last made the video. Unfortunately, we did take we did come back down here, and now we're basically looking where the bottom is. Maybe we already touched the bottom here, and now we are headed upwards. Who really knows? All I'm saying is Doge hasn't made a big move on this market cycle yet, so I'm still just holding on to Doge because you never know what Elon Musk eventually says and does. So I'm pretty happy to hold Doge and to get even more at these prices. And basically, if you just take a look at this chart and you think this is the absolute bottom, this basically 5 cents, that's a downside move of 40% from these current levels. So I don't think the downside potential of Doge is absolutely horrible, but the upside potential, if we go and visit the all-time highs here, that's still 10x from here, basically, almost 10x, 8x. So all in all, I still believe Doge is the decent play here if you just want to chill out through this market cycle and to accumulate more Doge at these prices. That's, in my opinion, the easiest. You don't have to know fundamentals too much. You just have to believe in the power of memes. So that's pretty good for me, hopefully. But I will be taking money out, and I will be looking for opportunities if we do take a downturn here on Bitcoin. That's basically it for my update. Hope you like this. If you have questions, or again, if I missed something in the market, please let me know in the comments and I will take a look at it. And going forward, I will be putting more and more time back into crypto in my real life. I did have some changes in my family situation, so that has been taking some time now, which I'm very happy about. But anyway, see you in the next video again. Cheers.